This is Focal Point with Brian Fisher on AFR Talk.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Anniversary. Pour a cheerful toast and fill it. Happy anniversary. But be careful you don't spill it. Happy anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Fred, you remembered.
Jeff, where did you find that?
That would be Fred Flintstone.
Oh, that's Fred Flintstone. That's the Fred Flintstone Happy Anniversary song. So is he singing that to like Wilma, or what? Who was singing that song?
Yeah, well, Fred and Barney and the policeman, and he had a whole group of people around the piano.
Everybody singing. Whose anniversary were they singing about?
Yours.
Mine. Okay, that was the Flintstones doing the special number in honor of the 4th anniversary of the launching of the Focal Point radio program. And let me mention this. I came across this morning. I know some of the ladies that are involved in this organization called Politichicks. Gina Loudon's been a frequent guest on this program, and they identified the top 10 hottest conservative supermen in radio. So they published this morning on their website. Here are the top 10 hottest conservative supermen in radio. And ladies and gentlemen, I am not in that list. I am not one of the top 10. However, I did make honorable mention in there with Wayne Dupree, Joe Messina, Michael Hart, Cam Edwards, and Mark Eisner. So I got the honorable mention list. Here are the top 10 hottest conservative supermen in radio, of whom I am not one. Rush Limbaugh, Dennis Prager, Larry Elder, Frank Gaffney, Hugh Hewitt, John Ransom, David Webb, Rusty Humphreys, Fingers Malloy, and Stephen K. Bannon. So that is that. Now, if my next guest was a more frequent visitor here on Focal Point, I'm sure I would be in that top 10 list in a matter of days. It's an honor to welcome to our Focal Point studio Randy Sharp, who's the Director of Special Projects here at the American Family Association. Randy, welcome back.
And happy anniversary, Brian.
Thank you, sir.
I heard the first show 4 years ago. Didn't think you'd make it 2 weeks, but here we are. Here we are 4 years later.
So with that word of encouragement,
I'm out of here.
You know, I'll tell you, I've got a CD with the recording of that very first broadcast. I have never a single solitary time had any inclination to go back and revisit that moment. Man, learning curve for me was so steep. I think it would be painful for me to listen to what that first show was,
I'd love to hear it. I think your guests would, your listeners would too.
It will never see the light of day. No. I mean, you think, the Obama administration, they buried all the FBI files on bin Laden. Those things are hidden away in some kind of secret CIA archives now. Makes you wonder what they're trying to hide. Well, that's where that first CD of the first program is going. It will be hidden. We're going to bury it with bin Laden's body. That's what we're going to do. Anyway, Randy, the reason I wanted you to come in is we got some breaking news on the front of the Boy Scouts. We've been following this,
right.
The Boy Scouts kind of abandoning biblical standards, historic standards. And you were a part, we had you on to talk about this, you were a part of what could be a historic meeting in Louisville, Kentucky to bring some like-minded people together to talk about forming an organization that would represent an alternative to the Boy Scouts. So give us an update.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, Louisville, Kentucky, there were a number of Christian leaders. There were a number of very experienced leaders in the Boy Scout movement who said we need to start this new program based on biblical values, and we want to be a part of it. That was a historic meeting in itself, Brian. The camaraderie, the unity in that room was amazing. And so just a few minutes ago, on myhonor.net, I held a press conference in Washington, D.C., where they announced the formation of a new movement for young boys and men to get these outdoor skills, these character development traits built in them. And there's some exciting news that's going to come from this. In just a few months in Nashville, Tennessee, on September 6th and 7th will be the inaugural national conference for this new organization. yet to be named that will be unveiled at the national conference. It's open to anyone who wants to come. If you're a scouter, a former scouter, you have sons, you want to be involved in this new movement, then you'll want to go to Nashville in September and attend this national convention. At that time, the name will be unveiled, the logo will be unveiled. It's going to be a great atmosphere to see all these things come to fruition. And then in September or early November, then you will be able to begin registering your local youth organization with this new movement. And come January 1st, everything will be in place so that you have a good, safe, clean alternative to the Boy Scouts of America, an alternative that teaches Christian values, it teaches true character and true faith and true integrity.
And the significant thing about the January 1 date, Randy, I'm assuming, is that that's when the policy change in the Boy Scouts actually goes into effect, is actually implemented.
It is. And what we've heard, Brian, is a lot of folks are saying, I'm going to stick it out until this policy change, until January the 1st, and then many churches are going to drop their charter. And it makes a little sense to me, Brian. You've got a guy that's 16 years old. He's worked for 5 years. He's a life scouter. He's this close to getting his Eagle Award, and he's just got to fulfill just a few more requirements. And I don't blame him for saying, you know, I've worked this hard. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to go the distance, but come January the 1st, I'm out, but I'm going to get my Eagle first. It may not mean a whole lot to society. The Eagle badge will not hold what it used to in the eyes of people, but it still shows a personal accomplishment by a young man. I know for a fact these things are not easy to get. Less than 2% of all boys who enter BSA ever get the Eagle Award. So it's very difficult to obtain. It takes a lot of long, hard, dedicated work. So I don't blame them for saying, I'm going to stick it out, get my badge, but then I'm going to move over.
Well, and we've seen too, Randy, I've seen pictures of how rapidly the deterioration has been in the Boy Scouts. We got Boy Scouts now, despite directives from headquarters, have been marching in gay pride parades.
Right.
They've been wearing their uniforms in gay pride parades. They've been wearing their uniforms with rainbow ties in gay pride parades. And despite the fact that the head of the BSA has said that's not allowed, they haven't done anything to my knowledge.
And they probably won't. It's only going to get worse as things progress within the Boy Scouts of America, as the homosexual lobby continues to take over that organization. And your viewers can see that picture on our Facebook page, AFA, American Family Association Facebook page. Yes, he has on a rainbow tie, a rainbow belt, and then a sticker for the Human Rights Campaign. This is a gay Boy Scout, and he's an activist.
This is not your father's Boy Scouts of America. Well, you know, Randy, and we've been involved in this from the very beginning, AFA. We did everything in our power to persuade those that were the delegates that were voting to uphold traditional scouting policy. We collected over 250,000 signatures on petitions to the Boy Scouts to hold the line on the deal. So we've been very involved, and you actually represented, you were not there just on your own recognizance, you were there at the meeting in Louisville representing the American Family Association. So we're supporting this venture and excited to see this thing come to the next step. And you know, I think for a lot of folks, Randy, it's exciting for them to hear, you know, this policy change was made. I don't know when the vote was that back in
May the 23rd?
May 23rd. Yeah. And here already we're looking at a national conference in September to provide an alternative. A lot of people are going to be excited about that.
Yeah, and it's going to be very simple. There are a lot of questions that will be answered, but I think the biggest question that I've gotten, Brian, is if my son is if he's a star or a life scout and he goes over to this new organization, does he have to start at the bottom? And the answer to that is no. There will be a test in place where this young man can demonstrate his skills according to the new organization standards, and he'll be placed in a grade that would reflect his skill and experience transferred over from the Boy Scouts into this new faith-based organization.
Sort of like credits being transferred from one college to another.
And here's what I tell folks, Brian. I'm excited about this. You can take a Boy Scout troop just as it is today, and on January 1st, it can transfer over to this Christian faith-based organization and never miss a single step. Nothing will change to disrupt the organization. It'll be a new name, a new brand, new experiences, but it'll be faith-based. and you can bet your bottom dollar it's going to be character and integrity based as well. So it's going to be a very simple process.
And I know one of the questions that people do have is, what about the qualifications for leaders? Is this going to be, are we looking for adult leaders that are going to be explicitly believers in a Christian worldview? Tell us about that.
Well, that was that was a 4-hour discussion among these many dozens of people that met with us in Louisville. And would it be Christian-based or would it be faith-based? And I think, and there was debate on both sides, but I think it's going to be patterned after the American Heritage Girls, who is a Christian-based organization, but they do allow other religions to participate. They're not going to turn away a child.
So the leaders will be committed
the leaders.
Christians.
Yeah, the leaders will have to sign a statement of faith to be registered as a leader or as a charter organization. So that's a safety net that the BSA did not have, and it was to their demise and to their ruin. But the safety net, anyone who serves as a professional staff in a leadership position will be asked to sign a statement of personal faith.
But in terms of participation, the scouting program itself is going to be open to people regardless of their background, which I think most Christians are going to say, hey, that's terrific. We want to bring these boys in. Some of them may be from at-risk situations, an opportunity for us to bring them into an environment where Christ is honored, the Scriptures are honored, and maybe see their lives redirected.
Yeah, but you won't be subjected, like in the BSA, to sexual orientation and all these homosexual movements that are coming in. You know, it's going to be a Christian faith-based organization. I'm excited about it. I've been retired from scouting for just a few years, but this makes me want to get back into it because I get to watch these young kids grow and see them mature into fine young men. And
Randy,
so that's exciting.
We got just about 30 seconds left. Tell us where people can go to get more information.
Well, the best place to go is on the web is onmyhonor.net. Onmyhonor.net. You'll get today's press conference statement. You get a video, and you can learn more about this upcoming convention in September in Nashville.
All right, Randy, thank you for
Brian.
sitting in, and thank you for the wonderfully kind things you said about my first broadcast. I will carry that with me to my grave. JK. That's Randy Sharp, Director of Special Projects here. Thank you, Randy, for coming in. And really, really good news, ladies and gentlemen, about what's going on for young men and character formation. A new organization, national convention, September 6 and 7 to roll it out. Be ready to transfer your entire Boy Scout troop right into this new organization, January 1, 2014. Great news. Focal Point AFR Talk. We'll be right back. Stay with us.